we're going to do one simple task. We're going to rate and review some Daiwa Tatulas. I recently picked up a Daiwa, which was an open box display at a store for a nice discount, and I've been impressed with it. So I picked up a couple more to see how they hold up. We're going to be taking out two of the CT Baitcaster series as well as the LT 2000 spinning reel, and see if we can't get ourselves a dragon or two on it. So stay tuned and let's see how these reels hold up. So today anglers are using the Daiwa Tatula series, and I know that these are not new to the fishing industry. I know they've released some new models at this year's iCast, but the Tatulas have always been a reel that have caught my eye, and the Baitcasters in particular. Over the years I've used a wide variety of reels from Ardent, Lew's, 6-Gill, 13 Fishing, Shimano, and while they all have their pros and cons, Shimano was usually my favorite. I was still never really sold on it in the way they felt, but overall they seemed to perform better than the other reels I had. So recently I picked up a Tatula CT100 XS, and this is an 8-to-1 gear ratio. It was an open box sample I got for a discount, so I thought I would give it a shot, and I like the looks of it. But what really impressed me is when I went to a local pond, it's actually a man-made lake, to fish it. I really enjoyed how it felt. The one thing that caught my eye besides the aesthetics of it was the first bait I was throwing was a 3/8 ounce chatterbait with a trailer. While I was using that for a while, as it started to get dark, I switched to a small top water, and this is the top water here, a live target yearling bait ball popper. And there's a pretty decent weight difference in weight between the two baits, and I didn't have to adjust the braking system. So that really impressed me about this reel. Secondly is the Tatulas have these large paddles here, and their logo is stamped on both sides. It almost gives it a little bit more of a grip to it. This is an 8-to-1 gear ratio, which I'll be using for topwater and worm fishing. So right after that I picked up the CT100. I think this is the XP. No, I'm sorry, this is just the P, the CT100P. And this is a 5-1 to 1 gear, excuse me, a 5-5 to 1 gear ratio, and I absolutely love this reel. Anyone that's ever heard me speak at Kayak Fishing with the Pros events or my other videos, I love having a reel with the slower gear ratio, sometimes too, because I think slow roll and spinnerbaits is a fantastic way to get a finicky fish to bite. So I picked up the 5-5 to 1, and I absolutely love it. We're going to see how it does today with the spinnerbait. We can't get any fish on the line. So then I decided I might as well give a spinning reel a shot. So I went and got the LT 2000 XH. This is a slightly smaller reel than I'm used to using. And while I'm not a big fan of spinning reels, because I just prefer a Baitcaster, I like a spinning reel to be throwing my soft plastic frogs. So we're going to take this one out, we're going to take the other two out, we're going to see if we can't get any fish on today. I'm interested to see how this reel does against the big dragon. So let's take them out in the water and see how they do. There we go. I really like the feel of a 5-5 to 1. The cast is so smooth. Feels awesome. snake, folks. Small one. Fighting pretty good, huh? Maybe he's not that bad. Might be big enough for the board, I don't know. Went at it a couple times. Wow. There we go. Not my personal best. It might be one of my heaviest. Big fish. Big, heavy fish. Let's get her measured, back on the water. So I tell you guys, this LT 2000 XH really handled those dragons. I am really, really impressed with how well it worked. I also love using the CT series as well. So tell you what, I'm really hooked on these reels. I think they're fantastic. You know, for the price point, they don't really break the bank, but they feel sturdy, they feel well made, they handle beautifully, they're nice and smooth. So I gotta tell you, if you haven't tried one of the Daiwa Tatula reels, I would definitely recommend giving them a shot. So hope you enjoyed watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, post them below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Again, these are all new to me, but you know, again, if you're in the market for a reel, check out the Daiwa Tatula series. So thanks for watching. I'm Bill Sikora, the Florida Bass Paddler, and I'll see you on the water.